Okay, welcome back. We are in episode 4 of the Engagement Agent, and today we are lucky enough to get to talk to Jordan Myers about the timed pair share. So, just a review, last week we talked about the pair share, and the pair share was really defined to us as a really great quick tool that we can use where you can either intentionally plan it out or you can just use it in your back pocket. And it's just a really great way to get everyone in the room engaged and everyone in the room participating. Good to use when you want students to share their thoughts, opinions, answers, or when you're just looking to revamp everything to get everybody tuned in. This week, I was told you are the person to go to talk about this different strategy called the timed pair share. I don't really understand what the difference is between them. So everybody said, go to Jordan. Jordan uses this in her instruction, and she's a great person to talk to about it. So Jordan Myers, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Jessica. I'm glad to be here. Well, a time paired share is very, very similar to a paired share. Obviously, the only difference there is that you have a time to it. So each student, with the questions that you're given, have a specific time allotted for their response. So it could be 30 seconds, a minute, minute 30, however much time is needed to give that specific response.
Okay.
Yeah.
So why would I want to use this instead of just a regular pair share? Like, why is the time so important?
The time is so important because in every class we have students who are hogs and sometimes students who are logs.
What do you mean? I don't think that you're allowed to call students hogs in class. I'm pretty sure that I'm going to get a parent email on that. What is a
Oh,
hog and a log?
when we say no hogs and logs, we mean sometimes there are students who really kind of they take up and dominate a conversation, and there are other students who are the type who sit back and they don't necessarily fully participate out of shyness or maybe like some insecurities, or they're just kind of quiet in general. So saying hogs and logs means we want to make sure there's equal participation, not somebody hogging the conversation and somebody not fully participating.
Well, that makes a heck of a lot more sense than what was in my head. And thank you for clarifying that. So I'm not like, quit being a pig, and then I get fired.
No,
Now,
no,
when would I
don't be like, hey, you're a hog. Never say that to a student. Use the term hogs and logs.
okay, okay. When would I use this? Like in my intentional planning, when am I going to actually put this into place?
You're going to put this into place when you're trying to get students to give opinions, when it's more of a discussion-based type
Oh,
question, when there isn't a clear-cut answer, and when it's kind of like those short answer, extended response type questions.
now short answer, extended response, those feel like two different things to me. For short answer, I think like 1 to 2 sentences. And then for extended response, I think of that like explanation and where they're really defining why they think what they think. So when you say those as like short answer slash extended response, I don't understand what you mean by that. Can you help me out?
It kind of depends on how the individual teacher uses it. Some teachers will give the space for explanation in a short answer or an extended response. So it really depends on how you're framing the question and the type of space you're giving for a response. So if you
Okay.
say short answer, if you say extended response,
So it's all
both.
about that explanation piece. It's just
Yes.
how much explaining we want, which would be determined by the time. Okay, I'm with you now. So how will I switch up my directions? I know how to do a pair share where I'm going to determine who goes first and set up the partners and all that kind of stuff. The gambits even. Hello, nice to work with you. Goodbye. Thank you for your wisdom. Like I'm in.
Mhm.
What's the difference that I have to think about when I'm giving these instructions?
So when you're giving the instructions, you give that, hey, you're going to have this amount of time. You're going to have 30 seconds, 1 minute, a minute 30 in order to respond. You're going to have the timer up visible, whether it's in your own presentation, whether you have it projected from your iPad with the timer tools, however you want to do it. And you also have to make sure that you instruct students and guide them to make sure if their partner isn't filling the time, that you have them do follow-up questions. And
Oh,
it's always really helpful to model how to do those follow-up questions, maybe give some examples of follow-up questions as well, in
okay.
order to make sure the full time is being filled and that the one person who has the time to give the response is able to use their entire 30 seconds, 1 minute, minute 30, whatever it is.
I really like the way that you're explaining the time to be like the focus for each partner, the allotted focus time. I like it for two reasons. One, I thought that the time was just how long the partnership had to talk about something and go. I didn't realize that it was supposed to be a focus of time for each partner. So that makes a lot more sense. Even when I've done my own timed pair shares as a participant, I know that I've been like, okay, we're done. Oh, we have another 30 seconds. What'd you do this weekend? So that really makes me kind of go, huh, those instructions probably could have been clearer in times when I was participating in them of like each partner has a focus time. So I love that. Thank you for that. It makes so much more sense now why I would use this. I get it. I guess my follow-up question to it is then the variation. Like, okay, so I've got a clear cut timed pair share. Is there a variation to this that you ever use in your class?
One of my favorite variations is the pair of pairs. I really like the pair of pairs because you
Okay.
have whatever pair was working together after their times are up. they go and find another pair and they have to share what their partner said to this new pair. So it really helps build some of those social emotional skills of actively listening, because like, if you're not actively listening, then you're not going to be able to share with the next pair. So it really helps them be able to actively listen to their partner, and then hopefully they're co-constructing knowledge and they're building relationships as well by showing that they're actively listening. It's like, hey,
Yeah.
I feel cool because my partner really listened to me.
And at the same time, the person who's sharing has the support of their partner. So if they got something wrong, they have that
Yeah.
safety net still built in. I didn't even think of how that could increase their level of safety in the classroom. Like they're sharing with a support net. If you've got a log, see what I did there? Use your terminology. If you've
So,
got a log, they still have the support of their partner there. So that's really going to help to increase that security.
oh yeah,
Amazing.
I
Okay, so
actually
we've
forgot
got
about that, so thank you for bringing that up.
look at that, us learning together. Yay.
Sure.
I love this. So with the timed pair share, it's really all about this focus time, this allotted time where each partner has, where their focus is on them. They're in the spotlight. And otherwise, it really follows the model still of what the pair share is. So I love this. Thank you. There's so much that I just learned from you. This is so different from what I originally thought. Bobby, do you agree? Yeah. Cindy, we're good. Okay, awesome. Thank you so much, Jordan. We can feel your passion, clearly knowledgeable. This was another great, quick episode for the engagement agent. So thanks so much. We will be back on next week.
Thank you so much for having me. Love to be here.
Bye.